WiseGuyBets here. Prizepicks. We're going to look at a few plays that I'm looking at tonight. I'm going to give you 5 plays that I think is going to go over for the NBA fantasy score section and points section. If you haven't liked the video, go ahead and like the video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Both of those things would be greatly appreciated. Let's get right into the picks. 5 picks that I like. All these picks are on the over side tonight of the prop. There 4 of them come from the fantasy score section and 1 of them come from the point section. Let's get right into it. First play I'm looking at is Keldon Johnson, San Antonio Spurs versus Washington. Should be a good game. Should be a close game. San Antonio is favored by 2.5 on the road with an over/under of 225. I think Johnson is up more around 30 fantasy points tonight. Let's look at his last 5. He's went over 30 in 3 of his last 5. The 2 that he didn't go over were against New Orleans and Chicago. So I like the prop over 27 for Johnson tonight. Second player I'm looking at for the fantasy scores section is Jalen Suggs. His prop is 31 against Houston. As we know, Houston doesn't play defense that well. I expect this game to be close. The spread is -4 for Orlando with a over/under of 229. We need this game to stay close so they get, players get their minutes. Suggs, I think it's a projection of around 30 minutes tonight, which we need him to get. We need him to get all those minutes. He went over 30 in 3 of his last 5. He went over against Phoenix, Denver, and Atlanta. We're not going to count that game on the 18th. That was just, part of All-Star Weekend. So he's went over 30 in 3 of his last 4. I like Suggs tonight to go over 31 versus Houston. Third player I'm looking at tonight is Jalen Brunson for the Mavs. He has a projection of around 32 minutes for tonight. His prop is 30. Plays very well versus Utah, and he's been playing very well lately. Even though Luke has been killing, he's been playing well. He's went over 30 in 2 of his last 5. His last 2 were against against Miami and New Orleans on the road. I think this game is on the road. This game is on the road versus Utah. So Brunson is another guy I like to go over the prop of 30 tonight. And the last prop I have for tonight is Terry Rozier. I thought I had him marked here. May not, but Rozier's prop for tonight is 34. See if we can find him real quickly here. Yeah, here's Rozier. His prop for tonight is 34. Playing Toronto. The spread on that game is Toronto's favored by 2.5 with a over/under of 225. Rozier is, projected to get around 32 minutes. Let's look at his last few games here. He's went over 34 in 3 of his last 5. He had a few big games against Detroit and Memphis where he had over 60 fantasy points, tailed off a little bit against Minnesota and against Miami. He just didn't have a good night. I expect him to recover against Toronto. I expect him to go over the prop of 34 for the fantasy score. And I do have 1 points selection that I'm looking at, and it is Jalen Brunson. As you can tell, I like Jalen Brunson tonight. I think he goes over 17.5 versus Utah. Had a very good game against Utah earlier in the season, and he's went over 17.5 in 4 of his last 5. I don't think that changes tonight. I like Brunson over the point total of 17.5. You can't use a player twice in Prize Picks, so you got to make a decision. Are you going to use Brunson fantasy score, or are you going to use his points? Whichever one you choose, I think you're making a good choice tonight. But as you know, my strategy is, to take 2 of my picks and use them and grind your money up. I do not suggest using all 5 in a pick 5, because pick 5 is very, very hard to hit. But I'm very confident if you take 2 of those picks, you have a good chance of winning or winning some of your money back. Those are my 5 picks for the night. Hey, let me know if you use my picks. Let me know if they help you out. Hit that like button on this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I'm also putting premium content for Prize Picks over on Patreon, where I'm chiming in throughout the day, because things change throughout the day with Prize Picks. The props change throughout the day for certain players. For example, yesterday, Clint Capella was just too low for where he was. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people jumped on it. They upped it by 2 fantasy points later in the day, and he still went over. So things like that happen throughout the day. You can get at me on Patreon, and we can chop it up over there while I'm posting throughout the day on things that I see and people that I like to put in our prop bets. So that's all I have for today. And until the next video, peace.